GMMTV BL series are always known for being some of the most popular BL shows internationally due to the fact that almost, if not all, are accessible to the public to watch. Just last week and this week, 3 of them had ended, and I guess this is the time to share my thoughts about these shows to every one of you guys. In this video, I will be reviewing My School President, Never Let Me Go, and Moonlight Chicken and whether they satisfied me or not. If you also have your thoughts about these shows, feel free to share it on the comment section below. This video may include some spoilers from the series, so please take note of that before watching this fully. Before that, some of these BL series might not be available on your country due to geo-blocked restriction. If that's the case, then you might want to sign up to ExpressVPN so you can unlock these geo-blocked BL dramas while also surfing the web safely and anonymously. Use the link on the description below to have 49% discount plus an additional 3 months free of usage if you opt to avail the 12-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. One of the things that I look forward from the series is how they execute the plot. A series could go from a very simple plot with a great production quality and execution, or a mind-blowing plot but with a disappointing performance from a lot of factors. First, let's talk about My School President. When the mock trailer was released back in 2021, I had a feeling that this would be my cup of tea. Aside from fresh faces, it's a rom-com series that has always been my go-to watch shows. During the first few episodes, I was really impressed with it and I felt that I was watching a fresh show, although I have seen this type of plot quite a few times already. Clearly, the execution was top tier and they added some exciting elements to draw the attention of the fans. Next, Never Let Me Go. The plot was really interesting at first since GMMTV had never had something like this before in a BL, and that made me excited for it. But to tell you the truth, I didn't like it that much. The first 5 episodes did not do well for me, probably because of some plot holes that I couldn't ignore. I really couldn't think any reason why a rich family that owns some of the biggest businesses couldn't afford to hire a lot of security personnel. Never Let Me Go could have been a better show if they had addressed some of the possible plot holes in the beginning of the show, but even at the ending, the problem wasn't fixed. Last, Moonlight Chicken. At first, I thought this was a story about infidelity, but thankfully, it didn't end up that way. This was actually a very great series and I was deeply attached with every character of this show. I love everything about this BL, but there's something that somehow bothered me in the early stage of the story. Probably it's only me, but I think Earth's character in the series didn't look like a guy who's almost in his 40s. It was really weird when everyone called him as uncle even though he didn't look like one. Aside from that, I absolutely love every bit of this series. Aside from the plot, the other part of the series that really deems as one of the most important is the character. For the most part, the main and side characters could carry the whole show if they are truly effective. For My School President, the main characters were indeed charming and they made me fall in love even deeper for their story. As rookies, Gemini and Phuwin nailed every scene they did and I never felt awkward between the two whenever they were trying to act as a lovely couple. I was impressed actually, and I thought they had done a great job. Since it's a rom-com series, dramatic scenes were minimal, but that's where I found them lacking. I know that the two would still improve over time and they are already on the right track of their careers. For the side characters, I also love them equally as the main characters. They have shown us the right amount of personalities with their characters without overshadowing Tin and Gun. For Never Let Me Go, I really can't tell whether I like the overall performances of the main characters. There were times when I felt they had done a great job, but there were also times when I wanted more from them, especially during a heavy drama scene. Because of this particular reason, I was having a hard time connecting with their characters and their struggles. On the other hand, the supporting characters were great in this series. Even with a lesser screen time, Some of them really made an impact on the whole story regardless of the poor writing of the storyline. For Moonlight Chicken, it's my current favorite set of main and supporting characters. All of them are effective and somehow I managed to connect to each and every one of them even though I only binge watched the remaining 6 episodes just this week. The main characters were relatable when it comes to dealing with problems in life and even in relationships. Their chemistry was top notch, so it's easier for me to believe what they are trying to portray on screen. The side characters were also great in terms of acting performances, so I guess I couldn't ask for more from them. I already know that First and Cow would nail their roles, but I would love to mention Gemini and Fourth because of their wide range of emotions in this series. They were childish and playful in My School President, but they are completely different characters in this series. I have a lot more to say for these 3 BL shows, but since I want this video to be as precise as possible, I won't bore you with the same thing over and over again. For my final thoughts for My School President, this series surprised me a lot because I never expected that this series would be this colorful. The songs that were presented each and every episode added a great value of artistry in the series, and that really helped to be more interesting for the viewers. Probably the only time that I didn't like something about this one was when they lost the Hot Wave competition. Throughout the series, it was one of the major plot why we have My School President, so it was kinda let down when they lost it. I know that it would be predictable if they have won the competition, but it was really disappointing for me, not as a viewer but as a supporter of their band from the very beginning. I also think that the episode 11 squeezed a little too much drama scenes that felt so much different from the rest of the episodes. Thankfully, My School President managed to end the series well, and I was glad that I didn't skip this one. For Never Let Me Go, I really tried hard to love the series, but I really couldn't due to the plot holes and some annoying things I have seen throughout the whole drama. It was indeed an interesting series, but the writing didn't make some justice to the plot. What really drove me to finish this series was the chemistry of Palm and Noon, and also Ben and Chopper. I also love the scenes during their stay in the island, and for me, that's the best part of the whole series. Palm and Noon moved forward as boyfriends in this part, and the sceneries were lovely as well. I was hoping to see more of Ben and Chopper moments in the later part of the show, but I guess I'll just have to wait until Dangerous Romance airs, albeit with different set of characters. For Moonlight Chicken, I initially thought that I would get bored watching it because the first 4 episodes were so chaotic for the life of Jim. During the first 4 episodes, I was stressed with too much problems Jim had to deal with his life, but thankfully, those problems weren't added just for the sake of moving on with the plot. The Hart and Leeming subplot was definitely a new one for me, and I really love their love story. I'm only just confused on why Hart stopped speaking since he was only deaf 3 years prior to the start of the story. Anyway, there could be a scientific reason why he became that way. The love story between Alan and Guy Parr wasn't shown that much in the series since it was only hinted at the ending, but their characters were also so much effective. I was also surprised that Gwen and Alan's relationship in the series was believable, and that's probably due to their great acting prowess. I'm glad that the finale solved every problem that was presented at the beginning, so it was a satisfying series to watch. Overall, these 3 GMMTV BL series gave us different stories to watch, so it would depend to us what we prefer to see. Obviously, these 3 are not perfect, but for the most part, you'll enjoy every bit of them depending on your preferred genre of BL. It's the first time that GMMTV had aired 3 BL series simultaneously, but it's also sad that they had ended in just span of a couple of days. Have you already seen these 3 GMMTV BL shows yet? What are your thoughts about these series? Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.